Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about Season 1 of the new Netflix original, Santa Clarita Diet. Santa Clarita Diet tells the story of Joel and Sheila, a very normal couple. They live in the suburbs, they work in real estate, and they generally have a very routine life. That is, until one day Sheila gets sick and dies, and then when she wakes up, she has to eat human flesh to survive. So the show follows Joel and Sheila as they try to deal with this new reality while also raising their teenage daughter and dealing with their neighbors, both of whom are cops, by the way. One of the twists with Sheila basically being the undead is that she actually feels better about herself because of it. She has new energy, she looks better, their sex life is better, but she's also super impulsive and she has to, eat people, which presents interesting problems for her and Joel to deal with, and it makes it difficult to take the moral high ground with their daughter. This is a pretty quick watch, 10 episodes, about 20 or 30 minutes each, and this is a fun show. It took me a while to get used to the style of performance in this show. I'm a big fan of Timothy Olyphant. If you've seen Justified, you know that he's an incredible actor, and I can't say that I've been following Drew Barrymore's career, but she's a pretty established actress, I think. Anyway, both of them kind of on purpose act badly. I think Timothy Olyphant nails it, and just along with Joel just trying to make sense of this insane situation, it makes his character and the weird performance really funny. It just works. With Sheila, I thought it didn't work as well. It was still fun most of the time, but also a little annoying. I think the style of performance in this show that feels intentionally fake will either make you laugh or make it hard for you to get through a single episode of this show. I mean, it's really obvious. They made no effort to be subtle about the choice they went with here. For me, overall, I was going with it, but there are definitely some cringy moments, especially with Sheila's character. My favorite thing about this show was probably the very casual violence, because this is a very graphic show, gore and guts all over the place in almost every episode. And not like off-camera implied stuff. On-camera, guts spilling on the floor. But the way that all the characters handle it and the jokes around it and just how everyday, casual everything is around this horribly mutilated body that's on the floor is just really funny. Like, oh man, we have to do our taxes, we have to dismember that corpse, and oh, we also need to get some shampoo. At some point, the show does get pretty repetitive. I mean, the premise is great, and I thought the show was fun, but the mid-season episodes are basically the same thing over and over again for a few 30-minute blocks. I didn't mind it so much because the episodes were short, but there's definitely a alright, we get it phase somewhere in the middle. Generally, I really like the idea of mixing everyday life problems like relationship issues, dealing with an annoying neighbor, everything that a teenager has to go through, with something crazy like mom has to eat people now. And I think that the show has a lot of fun with it, and for the most part, so did I. I didn't think it was the funniest thing ever, but as far as 30-minute comedies go, this one's pretty different, and there are a lot of laughs in there. If you don't mind the gore, that is. If that kind of stuff bothers you, then this is definitely not the show for you. Bottom line, should you watch it? Santa Clarita Diet is a fun, quick watch. You'll either have fun with it or cringe so hard Netflix will just kind of say, okay, sorry, let me put on something else. Check out the first episode and you'll know exactly which category you fall in. Personally, I did have fun with it. I didn't think it was great, mainly because of the style they went with for the performances. It did get to be, a little bit too much for me towards the end, but if the premise sounds interesting, I thought it was pretty interesting, this can definitely be your next kind of fun, casual watch. What about you? Have you watched the show? What were your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments down below and let's get the discussion going. And also, what's your favorite kind of horror comedy show right now? For me, it's definitely Ash vs. Evil Dead. I don't actually know how many horror comedies are out there, so what's your favorite horror show, if you can't think of a horror comedy show? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. And if you're finding Binge Watchers for the first time, welcome. I'd like to invite you to join the Binge Watchers community. Come talk about TV with us. It's a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel or click around to see some of the other reviews we have up on the channel. But in any case, keep binging, and I will see you next time.